Hi, and welcome back here to episode 68. We're doing a little something different today. Got the door open. It's getting to be nice weather. I got the Mach 1, the Ford Mustang Mach 1 out of storage there last week, and just felt like I had to pull extra hard to lift the hood. Found that the spring for the hood latch is weak. And also, we'll take a look at this headlight here. Can you see the moisture in that headlight? So we're gonna change the headlights and do the hood latch. Probably we'll just do the hood latch today, and then we'll go about the headlights another day. I've never done them. Actually, I've never changed any of these before, so it'll be my first time today. This is a numbered car, Mach 1 2003. It is black with a black leather interior. I'm the third owner of this one. It does have 187,000 kilometers, which is high, but here in Ontario where, we only get nice weather, it gets stored every year. So it has been well taken care of, and the back seats have only been set in 10 times. So besides that, I'll get set up here. Like I said, I don't know exactly what I need for this job, but I'll get set up, and then we'll learn as we go about it. I'll show you. Here's the new headlights here. They're still wrapped up so they don't get damaged. And then here's the new hood latch. So that's what we're going to put on today. This is an OEM replacement. So I did look at this, and then I looked at it at the hood. So where the square pieces are, that's where the bolts will go in. You'll see on the bottom here, there's a little hole right here where my index finger's pointing. That's where the thread will go through to lock in the cable. And the cable will go right there where my thumb is. So, I've never done one before, so learn with me and just spreading the channel. Most guys that got bikes, they got hot rods as well. In the past, I was building a Model T, 1927 Model T. And then I also had some lowriders with hydraulics, some with air ride. I made the frames on them. S10 made into a convertible and body dropped it. Also had a Astra minivan with a 305 tune port on air ride as well, with shaved door handles and everything. But nonetheless, we're going to get at this one here today, so bear with me while I get set up. Thanks. So here we are. Here's the hood latch right here. So that's what we're going to take off. We got to take this shrouding off first, and I'll see if I can zoom in on that. There's body clips right here on there. It's a Phillips in the center, and then they'll come up, and then you just pop out the clip. One here, and one here. So there's 4 in total. So I'm going to grab a Phillips and then start doing that. Like I say, I've never done this before, so I'm not a body guy by any means, as you've seen from my paint. So these come right out. I will get them out, and then I will. So this one's not coming out, as we see. So this one I might have to pull up on at the same time. So I don't know, I've never done it before. This car is a 2003, so I had one come out of all of them. So I'm gonna grab a little pick and see if I can pull it up as I go. So what I did, I grabbed a little flat head and see if I can get under it as I turn. So what I'm doing there is, oh, that one just pulled right out. Perfect. Perfect. We'll do the same down here. I'm just getting the screwdriver underneath the plastic head there, so when I turn it, you got to remember this is classified as a antique how old it is, so it hasn't been apart most of the time. So there we go, got that one out as well. What they're kind of doing is this is setting in there and then they're just going in to hold it. So, you know, I mean, I'd still rather them thread out, but it's okay. Obviously, them just pulling out kind of thread acts like those Christmas tree clips. So there we go, got that one out as well. Now I don't know if I got to pull those clips. There we go. So you see these clips, they're being, I don't know if you can see it there because my glove, they spread open. When they're in there, that screw pops in and opens it up, and that's what holds the pressure inside the, I think you call that a valance there, or a fan shroud maybe. So I got all four of those out. Lifting it off. Like I say, the car's in pretty good shape. This is for my block heater. I'm just going to move it out of the way. We don't need it, even though it gets cold up here. Looks to be about an 8 mil. I'm not sure if you guys can see. So there's an 8 mil here and an 8 mil here, and I think they're 8 mils. It's still a little chilly out, even though I got a t-shirt on, I'll tell you that much. So it is an 8 mil. It's covered in grease or crown rust or something there, but so I got a wrench, a ratchet wrench, and I'm going to get a socket here and a ratchet. I'm not really a car guy. I had a Hummer at one point. I enjoyed that, but I'm not really. Cars just don't. I don't know. I like them. I like the horsepower they put out and everything like that. But I don't really. I like building them. I don't know if that makes sense, but I like building them more than I like driving them. Now I'm doing the one on the other side. It's underneath the yellow handle there. I enjoy the making, the craftsmanship of it. It'd be nice to always have one that I can drive or ride, just like motorbikes, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. So, oh geez, almost lost the camera. Sometimes it's, especially here where we get snow, gets expensive keeping things insured, and then finding somewhere to store it. I do have a set of headers for it as well. I don't know if I will install the headers or not, but it's pretty loud already. It's pretty fast already, but can always go faster, as they say. I enjoy riding a motorcycle every day. I enjoy working on a motorcycle every day. I enjoy working on cars, but not every day. When I worked at a car shop, I tell you, it kind of took away from my hobby, going home and playing around with a car, or having a friend, or can you come over and look at this? I'm like, especially right when a lot of the Japanese automobiles start coming to Canada. I had to learn so much, and then, with their computer systems, and then as soon as I learned it, it was already being upgraded. It was just, it just never ended, and when I started to teach, and that was another game where, not a game, but another procedure where I had to keep up with what was going on because I had to teach it, I had to learn it, I had to teach it. But now we're back to just hobby state again, which I enjoy. I can tinker when I want to tinker. I can, play when I want to play. So I enjoy that aspect. So I got both of those out. Now it should pull up. Should. Pretty tight there. There we go. So there it is. Okay. Move that light out of the way. So there it is. So the two bolts went through there, went through here, and then here's our set screw, or our lock there for our cable. So we'll turn it around, kind of see how that goes. I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave it backwards for a second while I go grab the new one so I can just double check and know how it goes back together. See if I can zoom in for you. So the cable's coming in, it's being held with the hold down right here. The cable is going through this loop, and then it's going around the cable, or excuse me, the spring. So here it is here. So the cable, hold down will go through there. The cable will go through here, and then it's going to go inside this spring here. So it's going to come through here into this spring, then I'll flip it back down, and then we'll bolt it on. So not only did we have two bolts, and obviously you think that the bolt was only the size of there, and it should be sloppy. Well, as you can see, there's two dowels. These dowels keep it straight, so when these bolts go in, there's no chance of it being sloppy. It's got to go in because these dowel indicators. So I'm going to turn this way. Here's our Phillips locking screw. I'm going to loosen it. I don't want to drop it by any means, but so I got it. And then now the clip should come off as well. Okay, it slides on, that's good to know. And then now the cable. And now the cable, we're going to go around. There we go. So it may have looked easy. I did feel it was a little hard, believe it or not. Now I'm gonna try and get this hooked on. Okay, that's on there. Now slide this. Get rid of this screwdriver for a second. Perfect. That slides right on. And now my set screw will go right down and in. As much as I hate the words plug and play or remove and replace, that's exactly what we're doing here. This is going pretty smooth. There we go. And now we're gonna sneak it back down in there. Get our two dowels lined up here. Boom. Now before I do the full reassemble there, that's where the one screw is going to go there and the other screw is going to go there. You can see the dowels from the top. I'll point them out here. There's one here and one there. That's what's aligning it. And now all I got to do is install my screws there and there. I'm just going to give them a quick wire wheel. So I just cleaned them up a bit there. It's actually funny, the other day I was putting a new battery hold down on this car and I thought to myself, why haven't I ever videoed the car? And I had no answer, but I thought, why don't I video when I work on the car? So I'm just putting these in finger tight so I can get my ratchet wrench on it. Yeah, I was like, why don't I video the car? And I was like, And I go back to when I was, teenager in the mini trucking days. We would have a shop and we'd have, 10 trucks in it. And we'd all be working away, doing metal work, body dropping, doing all kinds of stuff. And the internet nor YouTube was that popular then, so it never really got recorded. But I kind of wish, not I don't make money off mine, but because I don't keep the comments or anything open, but just for my own pleasure, or if I sold the vehicle, I could show the person who was buying it what was done to it, what parts were used, and everything like that. Even my big wheel. I've got some stills which I might make a little collage and post it on YouTube of it being built. I had a gentleman, Dave Green at DG Customs. He did the neck on it, and then I had Mad Painter do the paint, and then I did all the assembly and the other customization on it. But it was like a team effort. Like I say, this was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was skeptical if I should watch a video on it. On cars, I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of videos. I find reading. I do a lot of reading whether it's in a magazine, a tech tip, because I find there's so many people, you know, and someone may have said they had a better way of doing this than I did, but there's a lot of people out there that literally don't know what they're doing. And on some of these automobiles, motorbikes, or whatever you're working on, they're pretty expensive. And people are doing things to get other people to copy them and then wreck the vehicle or damage it somehow. And like I say, this is a numbered car, being a Mach 1. So that's the last thing I want to do. And I'm just snugging them up, hand tight as I can get it. And then I'll put my block heater plug back in. I don't know why it's actually there. We could hang it down on the side because there are fans on the other side, but that was where it was, but I just don't really like it there. There, I put it back in the same way I took it out. I'll pull the camera back out here so you guys can see. I'm going to put the cowling back on. So again, we got the 4 holes. One thing that I'm disappointed on, you can see the outline. That's where the Mach 1 OEM sticker was. It said what number. So all I do is I use the VIN number and I look it up, but the original owner took that off. The gentleman I got it from explained that to me. So, you know, he wanted something from his original buy, I guess. There we go. Oh, okay. It's got a little groove where it's supposed to actually come right out the front like that. Well, that's silly. That doesn't look good at all. I'm going to pull this clip off. I'm going to tie wrap it to the inside. And I think that's where it should be, in the inside. I'll get a tie wrap. This is a time where I want to have black tie wrap, so I just went and grabbed some black ones. Lift the cowl up and out of the way. Pop the clip out here. There we go. So I pulled the clip right out, so if it ever, whoever wants to, if they want it later on, they can reinstall it the same way. And I'm going to tie it right into here. I'm going to tie it fairly tight because I don't want it to bang around, and I think I, you know, hear something, so I'm going to tie it tight. And then I will tie it tight to itself. It's nice that they got a block heater, especially being sold here in Ontario, Canada, but at the end of the day, not many people drive these in the winter. So now we're going to bring this back down. We should sit flush. perfect. My perfect and someone else's perfect sometimes are different, but the overall principle, though, I think is the same. So now I'm going to stick these little Christmas trees back in. And then now stick the Phillips thread one in. Just push it right in. I'm going to do the same thing up here. I understand it's tough to see. Everything's black in color. I got black gloves on. But we'll go to the other side here. Kind of neat how they work. Got my thumb stuck in that one. And there we go. I'll pull it out and you guys can take a look. That's one thing I've always liked about Mustangs is the sound they make. I think they make a very nice sound. So we'll just go over it. We'll remove this shroud screw, that shroud screw, this shroud screw, that shroud screw. There was two 8mm screws, and then we pulled the latch out, and then so this has got a new spring and new spring on there. And new latch. The whole thing's new. I was gonna just replace the spring on the old one, but as you can see, the old one's pretty old and gucky. So I think we did the right thing by replacing it all. So I'm now going to. Oh, I see. I didn't put that behind there, so bear with me. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna end it because I got to pop these back out again and just set that behind. So bear with me there. Thanks. So what I did is I took this cowl all back off, and as you can see, the cowl sticking up, I bet you right there, maybe 3/8 of an inch. So the hood opens and closes fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive it like this for about 3 days, and then just the upper bracket right there will leave a little mark underneath, and then I'm going to take the cowl back off and I'll use my Dremel. And I'll just cut a nice little slice in there. It only goes to about here, and then that will clear. Sometimes aftermarket things, they get the right mold, but you may not, the mold may not be exactly perfect. So the OEM like to keep some of that stuff. So thanks for tuning in for my first, repair or remove and replace on the Mustang 2003 Mach 1. So the first thing I did last week was, when I put the battery back in, I put this battery hold down in, a new battery hold down. But nonetheless, we'll keep working away here. And until next time, thanks for tuning in here. Thanks a lot.